Monday. This math thing is becoming a problem. We have standardized testing coming up at my school, and I heard that the teachers won't get their bonuses unless we get good scores. So there's a lot of pressure on us kids, which kind of stinks. I remember back in kindergarten, math used to be really fun. Mrs. McElroy says that if we don't do well on the test, we'll lose our budget, and music class will turn into detention or something like that. But I don't think kids are really getting the message. A few weeks ago, we had a math quiz, and Mrs. McElroy said it was open notebook, which meant we could use our notes and textbooks to help us out. Then she left the classroom to take care of something, and the second she stepped out the door, it was total chaos. Practically everybody failed the quiz because people were using their notebook paper and books as ammunition. So based on that episode, I don't think Mrs. McElroy had better make any big plans for how she's going to spend her bonus. October. Tuesday. Tonight, Dad walked up to me while I was sitting on the couch, and he seemed bent out of shape about something. He wanted to know why I didn't bring out the recycling bin this morning like he asked me to. I told him he must be confused because he never said anything to me about the recycling. But he said he asked me to do it last night while I was playing video games. And to be honest with you, that did seem a little familiar. If I did forget, it wasn't my fault. I actually have a really great system for remembering things. You know how some people leave notes for themselves when they need to remember something? Well, I think that's a lot of work, and it's a waste of paper too. So let's say I'm in bed and Mom walks into my room and tells me I have to bring a permission slip to school in the morning. I don't get out of bed and write a note. I just throw one of my pillows across the room. Then, when I wake up in the morning and go to walk out the door, I see the pillow and think, hey, what's this pillow doing here? Then I remember, oh yeah, I have to bring a permission slip to school. See what I mean? It's totally foolproof. Now that I think of it, I did leave myself a reminder to take out the recycling. I specifically remember putting my socks on the TV before I went to bed to remind myself in the morning. And if Dad did something to mess up my system, he's only got himself to blame. But Dad wouldn't let it go. He said, now that I'm getting older, I need to start being more responsible. I've heard this sort of thing from Dad before. The last few weeks of the summer, our neighbor, Miss Grove, hired me to take care of her plants while she was on a business trip. Well, I did it for the first few days, and then I guess you could say I got busy with other things. When Dad asked me how the plants were doing, I realized I hadn't been over there in at least a week. I went to grab Miss Grove's key so I could water her plants, but the key wasn't in its usual spot. I practically turned our house upside down looking for that key, but I couldn't find it. It turns out the reason I couldn't find the key was because it wasn't in our house. I'd left it at Miss Grove's and she found it when she got back from her trip. Miss Grove was pretty mad that her key was in the front door, but the way I see it, she should have been happy nobody robbed her house. She was mad about her plants, too, because unfortunately, most of them didn't make it. I suggested that maybe she should buy a cactus or another plant that doesn't need a lot of water to survive. That way, everything would be fine if I lost her key the next time she went on a business trip. But Miss Grove said she wouldn't hire me again if her life depended on it. Then she sent me home without paying me, which stinks because I really did spend a lot of time looking for that key. Anyway, I think that episode is still fresh in Dad's mind, and that's why I'm hearing this responsibility thing again. Hopefully, Dad will leave my socks on the television next time around, and things won't get to this point.